But yeah, we're still doing our prep for staying in the mine for 25 days. I came in search of flour. I only found one bag. Oh well. 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Yeah, so I made one trip from coastal to transfer pass, dropped off part of what we need. Um, I've got all the venison I think we'll need, most of the rabbit, most of the ptarmigan. But I still got some more fetching to do. Probably one more trip at least. But I was BV had loot. Oh wow, flour and syrup. That's a good pull. Yeah, and and that's why I know Zach is when he's talking about long-term survival. He's told people, you know, if you think you've looted a place, check again because you'll find stuff you didn't know was there. And we've actually had that today. I was combing transfer pass for wildlife, and I didn't find that much, but I found a bunch of rose hips I hadn't harvested and 4 maple saplings. And I've been hurting for those, so that was an absolute delight to find. So yeah, double checking, retracing your steps, it's worth it. Yeah, it was as consolation prizes go, pretty sweet. There we are. So we're a little low on the water. Did I clean these out? I probably did. I did not. Wow. Okay. So if the weather's decent, I think our business here is done. I have flour. I have flour. I have travel food. I have travel food. Am I leaving saplings? I think I'm leaving saplings. Yeah. So on the way out, if we see rabbits or ptarmigan, we snipe them. Otherwise, we get back to transfer pass, and then I think we just head back to coastal because all my flour and my peaches are waiting there. Ugh. Not ideal, but we can make a quick stop at Junkers and warm up. So it's acceptable. And that's about all I care to say about that.
New day is dawning.
It do be dawning. I okay. My hope is that rabbit I left up at Wheelie's Turn is still there because it would hurt my heart to just walk away from probably half the rabbit meat we need. Yeah, we got a little more than 5 kilos of rabbit and ptarmigan. So we get like 2, 3 more of each, and we'll be set. I got 11 kilos of venison thanks to the one deer I found in Transfer Pass. So, could make more pies if we needed to. Oh, come now, Astrid. Girl, you're fine. What I should do, in between these attempts or these prep sessions, I should double check my math or maths if you're Pickle Lil. Because I'm assuming a need of 75,000 calories. But because I don't want to come stumbling out in terrible condition, then get ganked by the first wolf we see after 25 days in the mine. So yeah, was it 25 days, 3,000 calories per day. Although, oh yeah, I was saying, say I really cut, because we're basically gonna be standing still for weeks on end, just eat, drink, and harvest.
Sure getting cold.
So if I drop a bunch of stuff, if I drop a whole mess of stuff, will that reduce the calorie burn, or the fatigue burn? Ideally, both. 18,750 if we do starvation. That is a thing. I wouldn't be thrilled about losing well-fed, but it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Because again, 3 days we get it back, and we would need to just hang out anyway, because
It's goddamn freezing.
Yeah, you just have to. We have to burn off cabin fever before we go anywhere. But we park ourselves in the in that garage with the rim grill. You can eat for the last 3 days. Yeah. Yeah. So mark the day we go in. Project forward 25 days and then have a full diet days 23, 24, 25. That's actually not a bad shout. Rose hips! Rose hips! Gimme. I'm fiending over here. Ooh, rabbits. Rabbit. I'm gonna do it. I need the bun meat. Yeah, we'll travel a little stinky, but we got sacrifices must be made. No, grab. Thank you. About let that bad boy get away. Oh. Oh, we have snacks. Lovely. But you don't, you know, bow runs because you don't have stuff music. Ah, just start eating again if you're planning a trip. You know what, Pickle Lil? That is such a good idea. I'm gonna write that down now. So do that for the first 22. Go low calorie first 22 days, and then full calories 23 through 25. That would simplify things. Okay. Okay, we'll hang out here for a bit. Let our girl warm up. Another nice meaty bun. There we go. Now, yeah, we'll leave the hide and the gut here. They are secondary. The meat is our main concern. Okay. You think exhaustion at least have a caffeine source? Okay. We do have. What do I have? I've got 2 tins of coffee waiting in the Zoc. I have a couple Go drinks. I'm planning on making peach pies as well. Those will give energy. That's fine. Yeah, I make peach pies for energy. The Briar House pies give some energy, as well as healing, and the pemmican gives a temporary max stamina boost, which will also refill the meter. Not a lot, but a noticeable amount. So you're right that the exhaustion damage is a concern, but I have those, and I also have about, 3 or 4 dozen prepared birch bark. So, which we can turn into, and the regen from that will counteract the damage from exhaustion, at least for a time. And the buffs are why I was leaning on uh, peach pies and briar house pie, because they get the healing and the energy, as well as briar house being calorie dense, and peach pie giving you 3 pies per baking session. Although pemmican gives you 4 bars. So I think between the 3 of those, we should have enough. And I do also have 25 caffeine pills. I should have more, but I chickened out, and I didn't get as many from Sutherland as I should have. Or well, it's there is a the concepts of a plan are in place. If I may use such terminology. but I still gotta haul the pie making ingredients from Coastal to Transfer Pass and eventually the Zoc. Do all the cooking and water making because we're probably not going to be able to make. Well, you can make water while you have cabin fever. You just can't accelerate it. You just gotta you gotta stare at the water and make sure it boils, which will be a fun time. But yeah, we bring the stuff here. Stay outdoors while doing the cooking and water making, so as to maximize the amount, or to minimize the indoor time we have on our record when we go into the mine. And then I will do multiple last minute checks because I am nothing if not paranoid. And then, well, probably I will. But my concern is,
To find some place to escape this cold.
do I have to do that all in one stream? Because you can't safe house customize while you're in the mine, and after a certain time you're not going to be able to sleep. So how do I save? Can I, or must I suffer alongside Astrid? Which honestly would be fair. Like if I'm gonna make her basically stay awake for a couple weeks,
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
maybe it's only fair I suffer as well. It's like to have to bail. So I say they had Leah after 19 days. Oh, that's the worst, because the finish line is in sight, but not so much you can just power through.
I'm too cold to think.
And honestly, it's that's probably going to make me over prepare before going in. Because this is a considerable investment in time and resources. It's decently cold. And I mean, in terms of time we have. Patience and resources, maybe not so much. If I somehow balls this up, I would probably just say, forget it. I'm just gonna make a separate save. I'm gonna start with settled mind, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. Get a spray. Okay, I know you're speaking in jest, but that might be either that or some kind of, is there, I was thinking, what kind of affliction could I get that wouldn't be bad, but it would force a save? I think, oh, I'll just give myself food poisoning. No, because you have to sleep to get rid of that, and we can't sleep. Like if you got cabin fever, I don't think food poisoning overrides that. As Archimedes' outer tip, we didn't have save space to pass time and save. Oh, that's, well, it's clever, so that makes sense. It would come from Archimedes. Okay, there's got to be some ledges in there somewhere, some rough spot, I can, take off the crampons and just stand on a slope and just keep rolling that die over and over again. It would feel weird cheering to get a sprain, but considering the alternative, I might be into it. Do you have to be fully in the mine, or do the mine buildings count? I I don't know for certain, but I feel like you do actually need to be like in one of the floors of the
I
mine.
wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Like you can be level 1, 2, or 3, but not in the head frame building or what's the other one? The concentrator. Because it does feel like that would be going against the spirit of the achievement. But again, that's purely speculation from me. I don't know if anyone has actually scienced that. All right. Part of me, well, no, we're gonna warm up first. Part of me wants to go hunting for ptarmigans and check off all our meatly boxes. That's a phrase. Make sure we have all the meat we we think we'll need before we peace out. Just to minimize the amount of stinkiness we walk around with when next we return. There we go. Okay. So I will process you. Oh, wait. First things first. Drop you. Yeah, there's our vitamin C pills, and then there's our caffeine pills. Yeah, ingredients. Caffeine. What else do you want? Which, honestly, fair question. There we go. Yeah, we might as well use the improvised knife and save the wear and tear on the good one. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alright, game. Alright. I know I have transgressed with my talk of traveling. That's ptarmigan. Sure, rapid. Okay. 147. 2.3. 147. 1. 2.41. 2.54. 3.54. 3.54. 4.47. 5. 6. 7. Okay. I think we just might have enough. Hang on. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.94, 7. Okay, yeah, I think we have enough. Well, enough for the initial bit. Yeah. And there I go again, mathing on stream. Okay. Ooh, that deer hide's 78% cured. Well, by the time we come back, it'll be in a spot where we can use that to repair our deerskin boots. All right, let's fix that. Did I whack those in there? I did. Okay, you go in there as well. Huh. Yeah. So let's see. Oh right. I did say I was gonna keep the. Where to put those? Let me leave these here. Those will be good stop gaps in the mine. Okay. So peaches and flour. Gotta bring those. Pills we have. Birch bark we have. Moose cloak we have. Venison we have. Rabbit we have. Ptarmigan we're a little short. How much birch do we have? 39. So that's what, 39? Well, it's gonna, yeah, it's not gonna be the solution in itself, but it'll help. See if we can make this blizzard go away. Answer appears to be no. Give it one more. Alright, fine. Good grief. Yeah, we're probably staying the night here. Oh well. Okay, so I got, what, 0.7 kilos of flour here right now. Let me check. Okay, the one briar pit takes 0.2. And then peach, same. A full bag has 1.5. So a full bag plus that 0.7 gives you 2.2. That is 12 pies of whatever variety. Let's see. Yeah. Actually, that reduces max stamina, but it does heal. And it reduces max stamina, but it gives fatigue back. Oh. Yeah, it says it deals with the cabin fever. I'm ignoring that. Like, whatever solution that is, it's probably just like a minor effect. Because if you could eat your way out of cabin fever, I imagine someone would have done that by now. Yeah, might as well use the time. Okay. What else? Anything else? Oh wait, oh geez, I got those as well. I forgot about those. Now we have 63 birch bark teas. Am I gonna make all those ahead of time? No, they only take 10 minutes to make. Let's not worry about that. Teas are fine. It's the water we gotta make ahead of time. You're not sure about the symbols? Does it reduce the risk, the time? What is it? Well, so if it, for the symbol, I think in general, if it's blue, it makes it better. If it's red, it makes it worse. So, like for example, like the peach pie. It says blue fatigue, so it gives you a moderate amount of energy back, but it also gives you a headache. And so the way I'm reading it, so it gives a max condition temporary buff, but that you keep any healing that comes with it. It gives you fatigue back, but it also temporarily lowers your max stamina. But if the meter's emptied out anyway, that's not a big deal. And then it's cabin fever is the one that throws me. Is it? I assume like you need cabin fever first, and like it lowers the timer you need to get rid of it. I think I'm grasping at straws here. What else? Anything else? How are these coming? 36, 68, 33. Do I want to bring these back with me? Well, there's no. I've got cured maple at the hangar. That is true. So yeah, these could come back with us. You're staying. You're all staying. The firewood's staying. Yeah. Since we're not going anywhere, let me just double check. Sort by weight. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0.85. Let's see, it'd be 1.2, 1.3. Okay, 1.29, 1.59, 1.74, 1.85, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5.85. So we need another 1.7 kilos of ptarmigan, which will two. 3 at most, but probably 2. I guess we're doing the whole far territory blizzard thing, huh? Yeah, we sure are. All right. Well, game says no travel for us. All right, I can take a hint. Okay. We sleep. We do one last canvas of Transfer Pass, looking for the Bok Box that got away, and then we start the long haul back to Coastal. That is entirely too early to wake up. Astrid, what are you doing, girl? You know, at least make sure we see the sunrise. There. All right. Grab you. It'll still be unfriendly cold out there, but oh well. Sacrifices must be made in the name of pies. I don't know why I did that. It's it's just going to close when I walk away anyway. Okay. I'm going to hit where we've seen ptarmigans. Well, seen ptarmigans in 2 spots. Heard them in several more, but that could just be the ptarmigan derangement syndrome talking. Okay. This was 1 spot. They have not returned. Although I did that there is an actual location up here at the end of this that I did not know existed. What was it? The conductor's something? Conductor's free fall? Conductor's drop off. There we go. Yeah, not as dramatic as a lot of the far territory names. But they can't all be distempered flat cars, though. Okay, so swing and a miss on the ptarmigans there. Let's check across the way. That I hear them. Is that? No, that's grass. God, I know I heard them. All right, this is gonna drive me batty. Like, I know they're little birds and they're white for a reason, so they can stand a chance of surviving, but come on. There. Well, there's one. But one's better than none. Actually, if you really are alone, I should just be able to beam you. Meh, meh. Meh, meh, meh to you too. It protested being hit by the rock. Like, how dare? Which, honestly, fair. If someone beamed me in the dome with a rock, I would be perturbed as well. I heard that. I I would like the marsh to stop cracking and distracting me. All right, come on, Box. We both know how this is gonna end. Don't drag it out. I mean, I say I know how it's gonna end, but my my ptarmigan radar is poorly calibrated, apparently. So where was I heard? Yeah, I was over here when I heard the ptarmigan song, I guess. I never did look back here. Eh, there. Okay, down. All right, we lock in. If we can get this, we'll have all the meat we need for the first round of pies. On the bounce. You know, not honestly, not as satisfying as snapping a rabbit's neck. I'm just gonna come out and say it. Oh yeah, how big are these boyos? Ooh, 0.7 and 1. We might be short. You know what? I said we were going to do a circuit. We'll do a circuit. Because before we went to the airfield, 3 ptarmigans got away from us. If these are those, like if new ones didn't spawn in, then we've got 2, and there could be 1 more. We get that one, then we'll know we've got our 7.5 kilos. Means we do not have to walk around stinky. don't have to.
I could eat a horse.
Will we anyway?
Seem like, 'cause I love horses.
Well, possibly. But at least it'll be voluntary at that point. Okay. And it's honestly, I'm as much listening as anything else, because the yeah, watching for ptarmigans, as we've seen, it's hit or miss. But as I guess my ears are attuned enough to where you hear, that's the sign to be on guard. Nope. Don't see him. Don't hear him. Okay. We'll swing down and around. We'll check that other spot we saw them before we left. And if they're not there, I think we just leave and then see what has respawned by the time we come back. Because, Transfer Pass is not big, but combing the zone for a single ptarmigan doesn't feel like a great use of our time. Well, I mean, time we have, but it doesn't feel like a great use of our caloric stores. How about that? Because I did run it fairly close to the line in terms of calorie. Nope. Okay, no, that's grass. I'm psyching myself out here. Excuse me. Is that? Oh no, this is the that's the Sundered Pass exit. Yeah, I guess worst comes to worse. We go check, that run up to Sundered Pass, and not the part with all the Timbies. That would not be fun. But check the lower end, the part with the last lonely cottage, and see if we can nab some. Nope, I heard that. Nab some low-hanging fruit there, and by fruit I mean meat. I know I heard a bird. Aha! Job done. Region cleared of snow chickens. I said I wasn't going to comb the zone for a single bird. And fortunately, I didn't have to. Alrighty. It is, what? Just a little before noon. Yeah, harvesting these boyos is going to take a little bit. Honestly, that's fine. Yeah, and it's probably good that we did, because none of them are very big. Wait. We'll get the crappy knife. There. Yeah, it's 2 hours. Okay, so maybe we're not traveling today. But again,
I could eat anything.
most important thing is we got what we came for. Ooh, hang on. Yeah, that knife is actually going to hold us back a little bit. Looks like. That's going to be half our calories right there.
I could eat a horse.
And that's saying a lot because you love horses. Oh, yeah, there goes our well drank.
Oh, I've never been so hungry.
Yeah, there you go. There's another 2.5 kilos. So we should be good. Okay, we'll just drop those right there then. Perfect. Do we just go? It's almost sundown. We're at half energy. And we're not exactly blessed with a ton of calories. Okay. You know what? Screw it. We go. Hey, Broken Twig. We're going to do without ptarmigan meat. We are going to make Briar House pie many, many times over. With the ptarmigan meat, the venison, and the rabbit meat. But good to see you, Broken Twig. Hope the weekend's going well. Yeah, we have just completed our business. Well, we completed our business in this particular trip to the far territory. We found a single bag of flour. Not what I was hoping for, but we got some. And we did get all the meat we're gonna need to make the Briar House pie. So now we're gonna go back to Coastal Highway and pick up some of the flour. No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care. There's more ptarmigans out there. We're gonna get flour and some cans of peaches, and we're gonna haul those all the way out here, as well as a bunch of pemmican we're gonna make in Coastal Highway. And all those pies and pemmican are going to carry us through, fingers crossed, 25 days in Langston Mine. So we can get one of the 4 achievements on Steam I have yet to secure. And perhaps not surprisingly, I left the most demanding. Well, I say the most demanding. You have 4 of the ones that require a good bit of effort for last. And that's only because we did Faithful Cartographer before. When the longest they wanted you to survive was 500 days. Now they want you to survive 1,000 days. But yeah, so that is the plan. We're gonna make a bunch of pies, a whole bunch of water. We've got meds, and we've got we got pies, we got meds. We'll have water and something to do once cabin fever kicks in. There is uh, in the update that added the new achievement, added the trader and the whatnot. There is now an achievement for surviving 1,000 days without cheating death. That is I don't have any. Okay. Yeah, that is the no cheating death is a that's the tricky bit. I guess because if you so there if you're one of those people who still plays as though permadeath was in effect, then for you nothing changes. But so the 1,000 days we're working toward, we got to do the mine. We need to survive long enough to get the final affliction in misery, and then survive 25 cougar attacks. Now, I don't know if that... I assume... Well, actually, I'm not sure. I don't know if that's cumulatively or in a single save. Because usually when it's in a single run, the game will say so. But for the cougar one, it just says survive 25 attacks. So I'm not sure. If it is across all saves, maybe I'll go grind them somewhere else. Because that is very much not my idea of a good time. And I certainly would never attempt that on this save until we had the 1,000 days. But as I was telling Curie earlier, assuming we pull off the mine cheevo without incident, we're only going to have 3 achievements left, one of which is just 1,000 days. So, and the other one involves misery, which is not what this save is set to. So, I'm going to have to figure out a way to motivate myself. Actually, let me... Have I checked back here? I know we dealt with the wolf here last time, so... Should be safe to do so. Did I leave any rose hips, perhaps? Doesn't look like it. I do appreciate this cave being there.
The sun is setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon.
Even if there doesn't appear to be any... Yeah, nothing actually in there. But It's an interior cave in a spot where, hello. Oh, bun buns. No, today bun buns, you shall live. I have what I need. Or do I? No, no. Calories. Remember. If we need to, we can get them on the way back. We gotta stay locked in. Uh, if we can, yeah, if we can get to poachers, I'll call that a win. Yeah, maintenance yard.
Trees? Cause I'm gonna eat a tree.
I'm strategizing here, Astrid. We have food at the maintenance yard out back, or I have a big buffet at poachers, including an uncooked Kool-Aid bear that we got yesterday. Yeah, it's a long walk, and honestly, there's a reason. Like, one of the new achievements is in the same file, go from Desolation Point to Sundered Pass, because the far territories be far, but that coastal is where the trader is. That's where a lot of our commerce is happening, and the mine is in the Zoc, so it's a hell of a commute, but it's got to happen. Okay. Now, one of these days, I'll learn how to goat up this side. And then just remove any need for that climb there, or dealing with the wolf that sits down there. But that'll be another day. Oh, that does remind me. That would be a good one to freshen up the goats playlist. Because I know there's some. Although maybe we wait to see if any Perseverance Mills locations get added. All right, fine. Because yeah, it's certainly not a comprehensive goat list, but I think I like to think it's helpful, and people have told me it is. But like the homesteader's goat is obsolete now because the rope is always there. Although it is still fun. Um, and there's the one in DP coming in right from the start. That's not It's not the most useful goat, but it's nice to have. How many hours do I have? Uh, I think it's about 1,300-ish. A little more than that. Less. Yeah, Stardew I have about 1,400 hours, and then TLD, I have about 1,300. So, as Steam goes, it's silver medal. All time, you have to throw in like Final Fantasy VI, Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy Tactics. But yeah, it's at the very. It is like up there with my most played games of all time. Okay, we good? Good. Just in case that wolf comes back. You're gonna head out, Piccolo? All right, appreciate you stopping by. Have a great rest of your day. Are you another? Okay, good grief. Okay, if the Aurora's up, that makes me a lot less interested to go to the maintenance yard. We just go to I think we just go to Poachers. You just cross 1K. But yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's a great game and so much replayability. And the ability to make your own your own narrative, right? Craft your own story. Not that story mode is any it's as much a part of TLD as survival mode. But I appreciate the ability to much like life, set your own win condition. Do you survive longer? Do you explore a certain percentage of the world? Do you want to make a full set of animal hide clothing? Or just survive one day longer than you did your previous run? You set out what success looks like for you. And you do that in a beautifully crafted world that can be as mean or as forgiving as you want. And with the I guess the updated custom settings possibly on the way, you can fine tune the world even more. I assume that might not be coming with the with episode 5. That might be a later down the line thing. But that's what, unlike say Hunted Part 3, the more built out custom settings, that seems to be like a thing Hinterland would go out of their way to make sure they deliver on. Because I know a lot of people have been clamoring for that. For Hunted Part 3, not so much. Okay, just checking our 6, making sure. Ideally, we get to Poachers before, the Aurora fully kicks in. But we might be a little late for that, would you? Thank you. peek. There we go. And then you. And then you. Perfect. Okay, so pemmican, flour, peaches. That's going to be what when we get back to coastal, that's going to be our focus. We don't want to be traveling that far with meat. We're going to be way more popular than we want to be. But yeah, and like I was talking, I will need to. I'm going to check my numbers and see just how many calories we might actually need. I don't know that I want to do well. It may. No, I'm such a softie. I would feel guilty for starving Astrid, but it would make prepping for all this so much easier.
I need to find food.
Look, food. Okay, Kool-Aid Bear has been dealt with. Unfortunately, there's another bear here, and I don't have eyes on it. So we're going to be cautious. I just fed you, girl. I gave you 2 whole cattails, and you didn't even say thank you. Just rude is what that is. I tell you what, just get to that railroad car. You know, I know you can see down the tracks, and everything will be just fine. I assure you. All right, we're clear. I think we're clear of the bear and its patrol route. Now we just need to concern ourselves with les doggos. Although, having these lights, at least we have that going for us. Or at least we did while they were still there. Okay. Well, there's one. And it's doing the usual Aurora Wolf thing of acting absolutely bug nuts. So, we're just going to move on. What? I don't think it could make up its mind. It's a bad time to have an itchy nose. All right, what are we going to do about this? Well, okay. I can lose it by going up the log. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm partly sure. Okay, doggo, let's see if you can do this. Whee! What's the matter, bud? Is your free meal not conveniently delivered to you? Wow, it instantly reset. Its freak out lasted all of like a half second. All right, well, that's fine. That's all I needed. I didn't even really need to do that. The the revolver shot was mostly out of spite. Anyway, this looks like a fantastic place to not be out and about and all this nonsense. There we go. Love having a convenient little buffet here, and even more waiting out there whenever our stores get low. All right. Yeah, I'm not dealing with this, so we're just gonna have Astrid have a nice big sleep. And there we are. Okay. Um, yeah, we'll make sure we're fully rested here. Yeah, a little on the nippy side, but it's the start of the day, so that is to be expected. Yes, -0. Oh, +0. Hooray! Excuse me. Okay. Oh, speaking of getting asleep, it's about 1 a.m. my time, and unfortunately, I gotta work in 7, 8 hours or so. So I should probably put myself to bed too. But before we do, let me let me check our journals. We have survived 653 days. So how long have we been? So we're up to a whole week in Transfer Pass, Al- almost as long as we've been in Blackrock, and longer than we've been in the Zoc. Although that will change. Okay, lovely. Let's see, 630, 653. How many wolves? 851. Okay. Still probably going to get to 1,000 wolf kills before 1,000 days, but the gap is not as big as it once was. Anyway, we are going to leave it there. So thanks to everyone for hanging out with me tonight. Thank you. Hey, Broken Twig, Pickle Lil, Curie, Zert, uh, Tier. Oh, and also thank you to Tier for the raid. And thank you to Kiri for the resub. But yeah, thank you, Shaddies. Thank you, Lurkers. And YouTube friends, thank you for hanging out. We'll catch you next time, and bye for now.